Buenos dias, muchacho. Come a tu esposa como rein y plenio cometer adulterio con ella. Why did I think trying to speak Spanish would be a good idea?
Buenos días, muchacho. Tomé a tu esposa como rehén y planeo cometer adulterio con ella.
What the heck? Anyways, now that I've sullied the good name of Mexico, welcome back! And you're probably watching this because you've been assaulted by or plan on getting assaulted by a tiger. Why anyone would plan on getting assaulted by a 500-pound freak of nature is beyond me, but if you are planning on it, you have no clue how to survive. Luckily, that's where I come in as a survivalist expert. I have been assaulted by tigers on many different occasions, and on one occasion I even got my revenge by sleeping with my tiger assailant's mate. And no, it's not bestiality, because I'm not human, I'm a sock puppet. Now, I know what you're doing. A tiger just assaulted you, and you're laying on the ground all awkward and such, and you're sitting there thinking, and to that, I say quit your whining, we have some learning to do. First of all, let's talk about what's going to happen during the assault. So imagine this, you're walking through a grassland in Africa for some reason, and then all of a sudden you hear a loud roar, and then you're knocked to the ground by some cat on PCP. Now the tiger is swinging you around by your neck and you need to ward it away. To do this, let's take a note out of Joe Rogan's book. Doing this will scare away the tiger. However, you are now left on the ground to ponder your existence and how you ended up the target of a tiger attack. The tiger could have been angered by many things. For example, the tiger could have got laid off at work and then decided he wanted to take his anger out on you. The tiger could have just thought you were ugly. And then, lastly, the tiger could have thought one of three things. Number 1, I bet I could take that twig of a being in a fight. Number 2, I bet I could take that cholesterol-wealthy being in a fight. And lastly, I bet I could take that paralyzed and or machine-bound person in a fight. In all of my encounters with tigers, they usually target me because I'm located within an iron lung. In fact, I'll let you listen to my iron lung. Hold on. Oh, crap, that sound. I can't remember what my doctor said it meant. Alright, I'm happy to say that after going through intense care, I've made a full recovery from the iron lung incident, and I am ready to resume intense care. Wait a minute, no, the tutorial, yeah, apparently I have dementia. But anyways, now that you've been left for dead, it's time for you to show the universe that you have not been left for dead, but in fact you've been left to heal, to come back stronger than ever before. So it is now time to begin that sad healing process. Unfortunately though, the wound is on the back of your neck, which means this process will be pretty difficult. Go ahead and take a magnifying glass out of whatever it is you're using to carry all your items. If for some reason you chose not to bring a magnifying glass with you after leaving the house, why are you leaving the house, huh? Whenever I leave the house, I always bring my trusty magnifying glass with me, just in case I find something that I feel I would enjoy magnifying. Anyways, drag your mangled body over to something that's exposed to the sun. You're then going to put your magnifying glass on top of it. After doing this, science should happen, which would make a light beam filter through this magnifying glass or whatever. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're stupid. Shut up. And if you believe that this method is inefficient, then fine. Go ahead and keel over and die. If you have any better ideas, go ahead and present them. Go on. Go ahead. Actually, no, you know what? Shut up. I don't care about your opinion anymore. I never cared about it to begin with, bro. I mean, yes, you can call for help, but you have to be more considerate than that. Think about the people who are stuck in an iron lung. I mean, how are they gonna call for help? Are they just gonna, you think they're just gonna send a fax to the hospital that they just escaped from and should probably still be in? No, they're not. You're crazy. So anyways, now that I'm done throwing a temper tantrum and your wounds are healed, it's time to move on to the next thing you should be doing. Seeing that your wound has been healed, All of that adrenaline that's been keeping you awake will now start to slowly seep out of your mind, and you'll start to feel woozy. And you're eventually going to fall asleep. But there's just one problem. You're in the middle of a grassland. In Africa. So you have quite the buttload of creatures to deal with. And yet you can't help but fall asleep from your exhaustion. If you're a dad, you should have no problem with this step. It's called snoring. If you're a dad, you can very easily ward off all the wild animals that would try to attack you during the night, because you have a war cry of a snore. But if you're not a dad, just be sure to keep your mouth open before you go to sleep. This will cause you to snore. While yes, this does scare away all of the giant predators that might try to attack you in the middle of the night, it does attract one menace among the animal kingdom. It will attract cockroaches. Cockroaches view snoring as a courting ritual, and will attempt to make babies with you if they catch you snoring. Luckily, cockroaches are gentlemen, and they value consent. As such, they will await for their supposed mate to awaken from their slumber. But unfortunately, cockroaches don't speak English, so once you wake up, they're just going to see that you're awake and they're going to be like, alright, this thing is ready to mate and make so many children. Now, when this happens in your home, you can easily deal with it, right? Because, I mean, it's easy to just step on a cockroach. But there's just one problem. You're in the wild. This isn't your home. There's millions of cockroaches. Under no circumstances should you let the cockroaches get to you, because that just won't be good. So when you wake up and you see all these cockroaches running towards you, act like you fainted. Because the cockroaches value consent, they won't try to do anything to you and they'll start to recede. After all of the cockroaches are a good distance from you, quickly get up and start dashing towards civilization. And then when the cockroaches get too close to you, act like you fainted again. This will cause them to recede again, and then you can slowly do this over and over again until you reach civilization. Once you reach civilization again, there are sure to be people waiting there to help you get rid of all the cockroaches and help you escape their clutches. And that's cool and all, but there's still one issue we have to face. The people who are in iron lungs. They are stuck inside of a 750-pound metal tube. If you think that they're still somehow able to get up and run, I suggest that you go back to school because your brain is clearly not done developing yet. This means that you're going to have to battle every last one of these cockroaches. All of this action is going to happen very quickly, so you're going to need to be decisive and merciless. As the roaches begin charging you, whip your head around violently. Do it until you develop whiplash if need be, because whiplash is honestly better than what those cockroaches are going to try to do to you. Eventually, this should cause your iron lung to go flying off of its hinges, and then you'll start rolling around on the ground, crushing all of the cockroaches who dare to lie in your path. Eventually, though, you are going to hit a wall, halting your momentum, and at the same time, halting you. The roaches that didn't stand in your path are unfortunately following you, and they're about to get to you. But luckily, since you hit a wall, the iron lung will now sense that you are revolting. The iron lung will now activate its secret function, laughing gas. Hold your breath so that you don't inhale any of it and get knocked out. Now you can watch as laughing gas proceeds to kill all of the cockroaches that once looked upon you with eyes full of lust and desire. And there you have it. You've successfully lived through a tiger attack. Thank you for watching, and I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I really am grateful that you took the time to listen to my insane ramblings. Not many people do that nowadays, but yeah, you did, and I'm proud of you for it. If you did enjoy, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, any of that. I'm not going to force you to, as per usual, but I won't make any promises. And tune in next week when I teach the law of equivalent exchange to that pesky gerbil of yours. Again, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a good day.